Hey guys, so are we all? Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a collective general tarot reading. As is a general with the messages, please only take what you feel resonates and leave the rest, and use your own sense of discernment with the messages and not force them to fit with a particular situation. Everything that you need to know about myself, the reading, or the channel can be found in the description box below. So let's tap in with the energy and find out what it is that you guys need to know and hear at this time as a collective. Angels of love and light, could please have clear and concise messages for the collective. What is it that they need to know and hear at this time, please? And thank you. Okay, so a few cards come through. We have the Hang One, Strength that came out sideways, Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So strong Pisces and Leo with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements as well. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. Okay. So yeah, there's been a few challenges here, guys, in regards to momentum picking up for you in certain areas of your life, especially in regards to career, finance, business, maybe even family. But I'm picking up on more to do with the financial aspect here. I feel that you haven't necessarily been too enthralled, is the word, okay? Too enthralled with how life has been. You may have been feeling pretty tired, a bit weak, exhausted. Not much has been kind of, returning in regards to the investment that you've been putting out there energy wise, or to do with certain projects. But this is all shifting. Okay, things are going to be getting a lot easier for you with that Six of Swords. You're moving out of this stuck, stagnant period of your life. Okay, and I do believe that we're kind of in the home stretch. We're in the home stretch to do with, I believe, Saturn in Pisces. Okay, I believe there's like 10 or 9 days of something to do with Saturn being in Pisces before it moves to a different sign. And especially if you have mutable sign placements in your sun, moon, and rising, as in Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Virgo, but especially Pisces, there is going to be some sort of relief that comes through in regards to this particular Saturn transit in Pisces changing. I'm hearing you may have felt like you've been in some sort of chokehold. Okay. I'm even getting called to say that even if you don't have Pisces as your sun, moon, and rising, you may have Neptune in the first house. Okay. Which is kind of like the equivalent of having a Pisces rising. So I did read up on that recently, which was quite interesting. So looking back from either March 2023 or November 2023, there's something significant about those particular months to do with the Saturn transit being in Pisces. It may have first moved in to Pisces in March of 2023, and then it went kind of retrograde in November of 2023. But there's something to do with the next 10 days before the end of November of this year, 2025, with this Saturn transit that is closing out a 2-3 year cycle to do with this. So it may be worthwhile to do a little bit of potential research, okay? But even if you don't have Neptune in the first house or Pisces as your sun, moon, and rising, it could be worthwhile to check to see which house Pisces resides in your birth chart, okay? Because then that is going to be a strong indicator as to how this Saturn transit in Pisces since 2023 has been playing a part of what kind of lessons to be have learning in that time. Okay, yeah, what have you had to heal from? What have you had to heal from? Now, Saturn is a bit of a taskmaster, right? That's what I heard, taskmaster. Okay, And it's not an easy transition. It's not an easy planet to deal with. It kind of makes us go down the harder path rather than taking the easy route. Because if we try to do shortcuts or cut corners or what have you in regards to our healing or certain things, or try to avoid certain conversations, or not kind of be face to face with what we're dealing with, then there are certain instances that the universe may come through and challenge us to face of these things to heal, right? So we're not kind of conscientiously making the decision to face certain things from our past or what we've got currently going on, then the universe will kind of do of certain things to make us have that closer look that we don't really want to look at, okay? Because it can cause some sort of internal like upset, right? Okay, interesting. Interesting, guys. What else is going on here, please? And thank you for the collective. I mean, look at that. Ten of Swords, everything is fine. There's literally everything that I was talking about. And also with Saturn, you know, it's a slow moving planet, right? So it's going to take time to heal of these certain things. But once that it is done, once you've looked at whatever you don't want to look at, or you're being like, you're being faced to look at these particular things, then it's going to be worth it, and you're going to have the movement forward. There is going to be balance. I'm hearing there's definitely been this energy of tough love, okay, with this Saturn transit. Tough love. It's like the universe loves you, wants to be there, is supporting you, is showing you this, but it is definitely tough love. I'm getting that kind of fatherly energy, like that authoritarian, fatherly, traditional, you know, tough love kind of vibe, very masculine. I just heard Daddy Saturn. That's not something I've ever said, guys. So if you vibe with that. Yeah, what else is going on here? Okay. So these two, oh, okay, three cards. We have the Three of Wands. Yeah. There are going to be new beginnings. There's a fresh start. This is going to create wish fulfillment, right? And it's going to get you out the energy of feeling at a crossroads or stuck in your life. And look at this, we have the Hierophant Taurus energy, right, with the number 5. There are some sort of changes, and it's interesting, you know how I said that kind of authoritarian energy? Well, we have this person that is like an authority figure, right? We have this authority figure that's there, that's kind of ruling over, as it were, that are actually promoting of these particular changes, because they are going to be coming through in regards to our highest good, but also for our soul's evolution and growth, and to be moving forward exactly where we're supposed to be, as it were, right? I'm hearing you can't cheat out of your lessons, your spiritual lessons, your karmic lessons, the karmic cycles. You can't cheat out of that, because, you know, you try to think and feel that you can get away with something, but it's just going to revert back around. And until that it's faced, that you don't have that movement forward. It's like, you know, in a video game, right? Like on the PlayStation or the Xbox, or if you're a gamer or something, you get to a particular checkpoint, and you know, you don't cross of that particular checkpoint unless you have, you know, completed whatever you needed to, certain tasks or goals or whatever, to be able to then exceed the checkpoint and move yourself on further forward, right? So that may be something that potentially resonates. And look, bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor, Aries energy. You know, there's that kind of authority figure again, masculine coming through, Aries, right? Interestingly enough, I do believe that Saturn is going to actually be moving into the sign of Aries, right? So there's this last little bit before we have it kind of working out in our favor with a new beginning that's going to be providing us a lot more stability and security as well. Okay, a lot more order. Because, Pisces is like the last astrological sign, right? And it's also a lot to do with the 12th house. So it's to do with our, subconscious beliefs. It's to do with spirituality. It's to do with soul evolution and growth. It can be to do with hidden secrets. It can be things to do with the occult and a whole host of other things. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, we have the moon, Pisces energy. I mean, I was just saying about Pisces, right? It's to do with the shadows aspects as well. Okay, maybe you have a Pisces moon. But I do believe that we're just having the new moon in Scorpio, okay, before we enter into Sagittarius season. And Scorpio is ruler of the 8th house, right? Which is also to do with a lot of looking at shadow aspects of ourselves, that deeper kind of soul healing work, right? I do get something along the lines that with this Pisces energy that I'm talking about, with Scorpio, with this new moon, and I do believe that Jupiter is now is retrograde in the sign of Cancer. So the 3 water signs, I'm picking up on like a grand water trine energy. So maybe you've heard a little bit about that. Maybe there's some sort of indicator here to check to see which house in your birth chart that you have Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer placements, and how those 3 are kind of coinciding in regards to the energies together, to bring about as to why certain things are unfolding the way that they are. Okay, so maybe you're quite clued in with astrology, or this is something that you're wanting to look into a little bit deeper. Okay. But I do get that with this new moon in Scorpio, you're going to be releasing a lot here, okay, and setting brand new intentions for the next 6 months or so until we have that full moon in Scorpio in Taurus season in 2026, okay. So which house do you have Scorpio in your birth chart? Okay. If you're a Scorpio rising, then this is a lot to do with the first house, to do with your identity, okay. And even maybe changes to your appearance could be significant as well. Yeah, we have the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy again, and the 5 of Cups. The moon is a lot to do with whatever is hidden or whatever illusions that there may be. I do feel that there could be potentially some sort of hidden truths or secrets that are coming to light. There may be a little bit of grief or upset to do with this that's coming out. I'm hearing that the tea has been spilled. So there could be certain things that people have potentially kept from you, and you could be finding out the truth to do with whatever these are. I'm hearing hitting you at the core. So something may hit you at your core, and it could be relatively, difficult at first to potentially deal with. But I feel like you would rather know the truth of something than carrying on in a particular way, being completely in the dark, as it were, to what actually has been partaking here. You're gaining some sort of clarity, or someone's about to speak their truth. We have these butterflies here, which are an energy to do with transformation. This is a very transformational time as of right now. So this is all to do with getting that sense of a vision, okay? And look, we have the star Aquarius energy in order to heal from something. So yes, in the first instance, there could be news or communication or correspondence that you do receive that could be a little unsettling. But actually, there's something really quite good that comes out from this, even if it doesn't look like it on the onset. It's going to work out in your favor in some sort of way. And I do believe we actually have Pluto direct in Aquarius as of right now, for a little bit of time as well. Just trying to think. I do believe it's like for another 6 months or so, but you guys are going to have to let me know, okay? I do believe Pluto is direct in Aquarius right now for like another 6 months or so before it goes back into retrograde. Okay, so we have the Hermit, Virgo energy, and the Wheel of Fortune. Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Sagittarius is significant here with the Queen of Swords. Wow. So there may even be certain things that you're wanting to communicate about your potential truth here to others. And you've taken a lot of time to heal certain aspects of yourself. And you're realizing that holding on to whatever it is that you've been wanting to say or wanting to communicate and speak of your truth has been harboring some sort of, you know, maybe a grudge, but I'm not picking up on that, or so much of like a resentment or bitterness. But I do feel like it has impacted you in a way whereby you've been kind of taking it on the chin, right? As in, you've been suffering in silence to do with something, and I'm hearing no more. So it's interesting. I'm getting this now, like, I don't give a F type of attitude. If somebody doesn't like what it is that you have to say, even though you're coming across as very diplomatic and fair, and you're standing up for yourself in some way, or you're setting boundaries, or you're wanting to be communicated in a way that showcases a sense of respect on both sides, and maybe you felt like you hadn't been receiving that, and you're just kind of standing your corner, as it were, and somebody is feeling this heaviness to do with whatever it is that you're saying. I'm hearing that's their problem, not yours. Okay, because I feel like you have gone on and carried on in a certain way, keeping a lot to yourself, feeling on some level that you couldn't speak out. Okay, so if you feel the need to speak out on something, it may be it may cause potential fireworks, but at least that you're not dealing with all the inner turmoil to do with what these emotions are bringing up for you, and you can kind of release of whatever these are, okay, and move yourself on forward. Okay, as I often say that with the Knight of Swords, as soon as this person has said of what they're needing to say, it's like they're off on out of there. Okay, so there is some sort of major momentum picking up for you, where you're going to be able to feel like you can speak up and say what it is that you feel that you're needing to say. Or you may feel like you're getting attacked from all sides because you're speaking a truth and others don't like it. Okay, or there could be some sort of truth that you had relayed in the past, and you may have been the only one to have seen it, and so therefore when it comes out into the open that what you had spoke about was right and true, these others are going to feel relatively disappointed and upset, because the fact is they may have not even believed what it was that you were saying in the past, and then they have the evidence kind of smack bang in their face, and then they want to come through and apologize to you because you were right the whole time and they didn't believe you. So there could be something about that that's kind of circling around in regards to this. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you may have been feeling quite over it here with the Four of Cups. It's like you were presenting certain information and they were like, yeah, we don't see that, we don't get that, what have you, we don't believe you, etc. But they're going to feel a certain type of way because it's going to be there staring at them in the face, and you had just highlighted it to them, and then the proof is going to show up. I'm hearing proof is in the pudding. Okay, yeah, look at this person side-eyeing this like Seven of Pentacles, this plant here with what's been there. Something has taken a long time to come out. Okay, it's been just, I'm hearing like gestating. Something has been, I'm hearing the timing wasn't right before for something to come out, some sort of major truth to come out, some sort of secret to come out, but it is going to come out, right? And your intuition is going to be confirmed. I mean, look at the proof is in the pudding with the Page of Pentacles. This is physical evidence. You provided some sort of evidence, right? And others were like, no, this isn't right. Why would they do this, etc. It's like, well, you have background information, you know and see and understand and comprehend things that these others don't. And so therefore, like, they they didn't want to take your word. They didn't want to trust what it is that you were saying. They, may have been relatively harsh with certain things that they had communicated to you. That was very unfair. So I'm hearing justice is coming through. Okay, look at this authority figure with the Hierophant. Justice coming through in your physical reality. As I often say that, thank you so much. Look, next card, Three of Pentacles with the Justice card. I mean, they're going to see and know that you were right about something the whole entire time, and you didn't need certain things to be backed up, especially in the first instance, because it's all going to come out. There's something being highlighted about the next 3-4 months, okay? Or there's something that's been going on behind the scenes in the last 2-3 years, okay, that could be coming out as well, right? I'm hearing respect on your name. Respect on your name, okay? So maybe you felt like you weren't being respected or appreciated, what have you. But there's going to be respect on your name. The karma, the scales of karma are balancing. And I'm hearing you don't have to do of anything, right? The universe is just going to situate it itself to sort it out, to make sure that things work out for you. And then you can get into your new beginnings scot-free, is what I'm hearing with the Fool. Okay? So this new beginning, the Saturn direct in Aries, is going to be a major transit. You're not going to be having sleepless nights and worrying and having the sense of anxiety about what you're doing next, where you're going next, who you're going to have involved in your life next. Okay, because the people who are meant to be with you in this next chapter will be with you. And if there's anyone that starts kind of dropping out of your life, then they're not meant to be coming through in this next chapter with you, because you're meant to have something that's so blessed here, right? And you're having these blessings being signed, sealed, delivered to you, and these others are going to be kind of questioning how on earth your life has just turned around the way that it has. And it's like, well, because you had faith over than fear, right? You have to walk in faith. You have to walk in faith, right? Okay, and look at that. Death card, transformation, sudden upheaval and change, major chaos. I mean, we're closing out Scorpio season before entering into Sagittarius season, and this is exactly what's happening. So 8th house may be significant as well. 8th house placements, right? There's something going on to do with the 8th house. Yeah. I mean, we do have so much that's going on right now astrologically in regards to retrogrades. So I do believe, obviously, we have Mercury, we have Jupiter. I do believe there's Saturn, Neptune, Uranus as well. Yeah, there's a lot going on. 8 of Pentacles. You have this new beginning and you've worked so hard for it, and you're about to get everything back to what you had previously been putting in, okay? And again, I said something about the 8th house, and the 8 of Pentacles just come out. So thank you for that confirmation. It's coming straight for you, Knight of Cups. But yeah, you continue to work behind the scenes, having faith over fear, and you didn't have the physical, tangible evidence or that sense of a safety net in knowing that things were going to work out, that you were going to have the big changes that you always felt and knew that you were going to have, that your intuition had been telling you the whole entire time. And you're spot on, right? Everything's about to be confirmed to you that you were right to carry on in the way that you had done, because there had been a lot that you've been up against whereby you've had so many other energies or people or what have you that have said, you're wasting your time, or you're doing this, that, and the third. That doesn't make any sense. It's like, well, yeah, it may not to you, but you are picking up on something or multitude of things that these others don't, right? Because you're on this particular path that you are. Okay, you getting signs and synchronicities and messages and downloads and what have you in your dreams. Like, you have confirmation after confirmation all day long, right? That these others don't know and see that you're getting and you're receiving, okay? But you're walking into an energy where you're celebrating and going to be thriving here in life rather than surviving, because you had to go through that survival mode, that fight or flight, before getting into the energy of thriving, to experience that new contrast, okay, that you had been previously up against. Okay, you're about to be very, very happy here with that King of Cups, because you're going to be surprised by the universe here with that Page of Cups. Okay, gosh, beautiful energy, guys. Lots of different types of messages. So obviously it is a general reading. Take what you feel resonates and leave the rest. Pretty much all the signs came through, but yeah, 1010, 111, 1111, 888, 444, 999, 333, 555, 1313, 818, 888 could be potentially significant as well. And I'm hearing 1212. So I'm getting something to do with the upcoming 12th of December as well. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that there have been some messages, a few messages, if not the whole reading, that potentially resonated. And if you have enjoyed this reading and you wish to support myself and the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below, and the other option is Super Thanks, which is listed underneath this video. So thank you so much to those of you who have already donated. I greatly appreciate you. Even if you don't financially donate, a great way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys in those comments when I can. So thank you so much. But I hope that you have a really good week, and please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you and speak to you soon. So thank you for watching. Take care. Bye, guys.